catch it.
Maybe. She's a big titty woman in love with a dusty old fart. Hey, that
that was one of them.
That's a good song too.
Waylon Johnson songs,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He was good.
He sure was.
Outlawed Country.
I have been watching The Ranch on Netflix.
I need to turn that off.
And
keep talking.
Yeah, so the intro song is "Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys," done by Willie and Waylon's sons.
Oh, okay.
And they sound it's like, well, that's the same song, but it ain't the same guys, but it sounds like the same guys. What on earth? And so
it's time for pills.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm good though.
You're just gonna drink instead of taking pain medication.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a way to go, dude. Hey, everybody. This is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching a Thursday live stream. We're going to bring you guys up to speed on a lot of stuff because, as you were pointing out right before, you said it's been a hot minute since we've done one of these. And I'm like, well, it's only been since Sunday. And then I'm like, well, it's only been since 2 Sundays ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I knew it, but I didn't think it. So, yeah.
Well, when you do them every Sunday, pretty much without fail, or almost without fail, and then you miss one, it's hard to remember that you missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, but this is our Thursday live stream where we have guitar Q&A. So guys, if you have a guitar Q that you would like Chris or myself to put a bunch of question marks. Don't put a bunch of asterisks or ampersands or anything like that. In fact, if you do, we're not even gonna no. Put a bunch of question marks and that way we'll notice it. How about that? If you want to try and buck the system and put a bunch of ampersands or exclamation points or asterisks, you can try, but there's no guarantee we're going to get it if you put a bunch of question marks. Right, Chris? Okay.
Matt is keyed in on question marks only.
But I have new glass. See, look, I had to get these glasses that are not, they're okay, but they're
awfully large.
They're big. Yeah.
Where'd you round those up?
I was on the road and I had to get some and these were all they had. So yeah. Anyway. So Chris, where do you want to start? There's so much stuff to talk about here today.
You started. Let's do it alphabetically.
Well, okay. Okay.
Let's not.
So, yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about our mailbox. Viewer mail.
Thanks. Yeah.
Is that okay?
That works for me.
Let's jump right into mailbox, guys. One of the things that we started doing a while ago is we have a PO box, and actually that's come up for renewal, I believe.
Already?
I thought I had it for a whole year, but maybe I only paid for 6 months.
Yeah.
I got to go over and see.
Okay.
Anyway, so the PO box is in the description below. If you want to send something in to for Chris and I to open on one of these live streams, this is usually the day that we do it. And we got but we got something in the mail one time already. And we opened it up because we didn't know what it was.
Well, because it came to the shop.
It came to the shop. Yeah. So do you want to show that thing? This is so. Are you got to take? Is that the hat alarm? Come on. Oh, man, come on, dude. It looks like a popcorn
I haven't actually seen
bucket.
myself. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's so not cool.
Hey, I got a question for you. You're from Colorado, right?
Yes.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
You like Buckethead?
Well, sure. I had no idea Buckethead was from Colorado. Chris, do you want to wear that thing?
You know, when the whole idea of a fez came up,
I was thinking it'd be leopard.
Well, yeah, and I was thinking it was gonna not be a popcorn bucket,
or like
because I can,
or like know, red velvet, like
yeah,
or like Merlot.
Yeah, yeah, and Yeah, I can't. Maybe it's my head shape. Try and wear it
Come
low,
on,
like
man.
so it blocks the sun.
Yeah. The fez is quite possibly one of the least usable hats, but I don't.
As far as
in terms of what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, stop your bald spot from getting sun.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the intent. Maybe that's what the intent of a fez is.
This feels more like a birthday hat. It's a chin strap
if
away.
If it had a chin strap. Oh my gosh!
It's a lampshade is what it is.
That would be yeah.
There's no
no.
There's no putting it on properly.
There's no that's come on.
It's actually accentuating just how much forehead I have.
Come on, man.
Let's maybe we can convert it into a beer cooler.
Oh, now you're talking. It says it's for ages 14 and up. Right?
That's right. Yeah. Luckily, I am slightly above age 14.
Do you think there's
the Fez police came by earlier?
We actually came up with a guy, Mike Linko, Fez detective.
Fez Patrol.
Yeah.
This week on Fez Patrol.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Linko arrests some kids that are wearing fezes, but are they
underage kids wearing fezes?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, let's take a couple super chats,
okay.
Chris, shall we? So here's one from SS. He says, "Hi fellas, I missed you." Well, you know what? Hey, don't put that there. What if we won't? Come on now.
It's a lamp.
No, come on. It's gonna.
I know it's gonna mess up.
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna mess up how loud you talk.
Just why do you have to mess with? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, SS. Thank you, Chris. So anyway,
thanks, SS.
Yeah. And we missed you too. Homer's Reluctant Odyssey says at least the package didn't blow up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, that's why we have stuff go to the PO box, brother.
Yeah. They a lot of people don't know this. You can have them X-ray all your packages at the post office now, and we do. Yeah, it's extra, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah. I don't know what you knuckleheads are gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a super chat from Brad Hutchings, who writes, for my silly Mo. For those of you who don't know, that's the guitar that Brad built at the Build and Paint with Mike Learn class in November. Okay.
Instead of a Billy Bow, it's the silly Mo, and Mo is his dog.
He says, I sanded the neck some with 400, then applied real milk paint, half and half pure tung oil and citrus solvent. It dries perfect, but after a couple weeks, it feels sticky and bumpy. Thoughts? Well, yeah, I don't know what real milk paint is.
Put that on again.
Yeah, so tongue oil is a terrific finish. I would just stick with that. That's what I would stick with, Brad. I don't know anything about milk paint and real citrus solvent mixed into paint, mixed into oil. But
I think you're getting some sort of reaction in the citrus part of it.
Yeah, I would say
with the milk. Have you ever drank orange juice and then drank milk?
Sure. Not a good combo.
No, it's really not.
You don't want that. I don't know. Yeah, so it's curdling. Yes. The neck is curdling. That's what's going on, Brad.
Yeah. You're making cheese, buddy.
If it's feeling sticky, you might be able to scuff it back with some Scotch Brite or heaven forbid steel wool. And I say heaven forbid steel wool because steel wool has a tendency to get little bits of crap everywhere.
And then it sticks in the magnets and everything else because it's magnetic.
Yeah. But it's just on the neck though.
Well, yeah, but even then, I mean, it just gets in the air and the next thing you know, it's everywhere. I would if it was me, I would just go and you wanted an oil finish. I think that tung oil is a terrific finish. Also, Chris and I have had very good luck with some of the polymerizing finishes. Like some people would say True Oil. That's a polymerizing really neat finish. It makes it shiny. I like the Sam Malouf stuff where the Tried and True is also good. And then a wax on top of that. Yeah, and I think you gotta put that stuff on, let it dry good, knock it back, do some more, knock it back. Yeah. But I don't have any experience with milk paint and citrus-based solvent mixed into that. So no. So if it was me, which it's not, that's what I would use. Okay. Sounds right to me. All right. We have another super chat from our buddy. We have two super chats. Good Lord, the super chats. Brian Duncan says, nice hat, Chris. Thanks. Is it really, Brian? Yeah. Yeah. Next time you come by. Yeah. Oh, I know why it keeps going off. And then we've got some questions here. This one from Richard Edwards.
I've seen you roll Simtech on fabric bodies. I'm assuming it's okay to do on regular bodies too. Is there a big advantage to spraying it? And is Press Tech the same stuff? Way easier to order.
Yeah, Press Tech is Simtech's parent company.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Press Tech Coatings is the company, and Simtech is one of the products that they sell. I don't know, but yeah.
I've never ordered that stuff, so I don't know. So, okay, a couple of things about that. Yeah, you can roll Simtech easy. What is it? 2850 easy sanding seal.
So we're now on the 2855.
Okay, which is the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's basically the same product. I guess the polyester is a slightly different
elastomer.
Mix. Whatever. Yeah.
So you can roll that onto fabric, and you can roll it directly onto wood too. Now, you're not going to get a super smooth finish with rolling it. And that's where spraying it is you are at an advantage by spraying. You know what I mean? You get more of the product gets onto the guitar and less of it gets in the roller, which, or whatever. You don't have to sand as much because it's smoother. Even if you are a hack Simtech sprayer, it's still smoother than rolling it. Right?
Yeah. The it's easier to not get runs and heavy spots and light spots and stuff like that. But you can roll it.
So and as far as you can. So I'm not going to say you can't, but I'm going to say that we don't because we have the ability to spray it, and it's easy. It's easy to spray. Is what I'm driving at.
Yeah. So one of the funny things is we actually will roll fabric tops. Sometimes just because it's easier than getting out.
Sometimes I just pour it on there and then smear it around with a piece of cardboard
rag or whatever. Yeah, and that works too. But as you get closer and closer to the final application, it just comes out smoother and more even. Yeah, more even, really.
More evenest.
Yeah, it's the evenest. Yeah, if you spray it on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And as far as it's easier to get than Simtech, I don't understand this. Because ordering Simtech is quite possibly one of the easiest things to order. You don't even have to pay for it right then. They'll send it COD. I mean, really.
Yeah.
It's and people say this to me all the time. How do I get it? I don't know which one to get. Every time somebody asks me that, and I'm like, and I'm there to answer it. Answer is always the same. So here's the answer always is, Chris.
You have to call them.
Yep.
You have to call Simtech.
Yep.
Or Press Tech.
And how do I know I'm getting the right stuff?
You tell them, I'd like the stuff that Texas Toast uses.
Bingo.
And they know what that is. Yeah.
Not because we're such awesome dudes, but
we're such awesome dudes, and we sell so much of their product.
Yeah. But we have ordered it enough, and I talk to the guys at Simtech because I'm like, hey, this is what we use. I'm gonna recommend people buy this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like a giant company with a bunch of faceless people who would have no idea.
Yeah.
If you call the number on the website, Simtech Coatings, call the number, and when whoever answers the phone tell them I want a quart or a gallon of the same stuff the guys at Texas Toast use.
Yep.
We only use the one thing.
Yep.
So they'll know.
It's true. And I think the disconnect with ordering it is that usually you can get the same product from a bunch of different places, and a bunch of different people. And this is a product where you can only get it from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're the only ones.
And there are worse things than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you could buy it at Ace True Value, it'd probably be double the money because, And
it's not inexpensive.
No.
So you don't want it to be double.
No. But just Google Simtech sealer. If Press Tech Coatings comes up, if Simtech comes up, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Call them and say I want the Texas Toast package.
Yeah, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. They'll
walk you through how much to buy.
Here's a great question from Spike the Frugal Fixer. What model of knife do you guys carry? Gerber Pri-Bid X or utility gear model? Does it use standard or small blade?
The Pri-Bid.
Is that okay? So I actually have both, although I've been carrying.
I think, is this a challenge? Is he challenging us?
He's challenging us. Oh, crap. I don't even have mine.
Uh-oh.
I think it's over there.
Yeah, it still counts if it's over there.
Yeah.
So
I was using it to open. Hold on, I got to go get it.
The pry bid is the little one that I carry, and it uses those little X-Acto knife blades, and not all X-Acto knife. It's like a it's like an 11, I think, is what they call this blade, but not all those blades are created equal. So, man, I need a new blade. Yeah, it's the 11 blade. You can buy knockoffs, and not all of them fit this thing, or you can just buy the real X-Acto one. There it is.
I don't even know where mine is. I thought I had it.
Man, I think I win. Except you bought the beer last time, so
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
So
I love this little knife.
I also have that one that has just a regular like utility knife blade, and that's cool, but it's bigger.
Yeah, I like this.
And it's got G10 handles, which is nice too.
This is I use this thing a lot because it's so small and so yeah, it's easy to get into spots that a regular blade isn't very easy to get to. And
I wonder if you can get on a plane with that with no blade in it. I don't know. If when I go places, I actually they're so inexpensive. I mail one. I have Amazon ship it to where I'm going.
Yep.
And so it's waiting there when I get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That seems like the way to go.
It's the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is a super chat from Bobby Dale. Should we take that?
Yep.
Bobby Dale is our good friend, and we'll be seeing him in February.
We will be
at Build a Classic Set next. So that is going to segue nicely into what I want to talk about next.
Okay, good.
Bobby Dale says, wearing a fez is like riding the back of a pickup truck. No way to do it and look cool. There's only one way to do it and look cool, and that's go back in time 40 years.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be, I've seen some people that can sort of pull the fez off in the right situation.
Yeah.
Sitting in the shop might not be the right situation.
Yeah. Like one of those little cars. With a bunch of other guys.
A bunch of other old men. Yeah.
I didn't say old men, but yeah.
Yeah.
You and I are
That's what they
pretty
are.
close to the same age.
I don't think you're allowed to be a Shriner and have the car and the fez until you're at least 62.
Probably not.
Yeah. Until your retirement age. They might have bumped that up to 65.
They might have. If they didn't, they might want to think about it.
Yeah.
So let's talk, Chris, about we're making a handful of changes. Actually, let's talk about a handful of changes that are coming up for 2022.
Okay.
And then let's talk about a handful of changes that are coming up for classes in 2022. Okay. So starting right now today, we have an all new lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be actually very good for Chris and myself. So every Thursday in 2022, I mean, unless, so like I've been sick for the last couple of weeks.
That's been an issue.
So I went, I'll have another one. I went and got my my COVID booster deal, but I was sick before then, and I've just been kind of like fighting this crud for the last couple of weeks. Like I feel better in the daytime, but like I wake up in the morning and my head feels kind of like it's kind of like a grilled cheese that's been sitting out for an hour and you try to pull it apart. You know what I mean? It's not the same. I'm just kind of all like dried up and cruddy. So anyway, I've been fighting that, and that's you guys know how it goes.
Super glad I'm sitting this close to you.
Well, yeah, I don't worry.
I think either I'm gonna get whatever you got, or I'm not gonna get whatever you got.
Well, I remember that
your spleen privilege.
Me and my spleen privilege. So like that Sunday after we were at Steve's, you weren't here for a couple of days, and I kind of started to feel like crud.
Yeah.
Right around then, and then you weren't in for the week. So I think that while I was like mega contagious, if that's a thing, so I wouldn't sweat that. But
yeah.
Anyway, so new for this year is Thursday. We're going to be doing a live guitar Q&A.
Mm-hmm. Just like this.
Just exactly like this. This is the first one. Okay. And Friday, we're going to be doing a guitar reveal. We're going to be doing some kind of reveal.
Mm-hmm.
So, like whether it's a guitar that's completed, for example, will we have one tomorrow?
I'm hoping.
Okay. So we're going to be doing a guitar reveal tomorrow or something. So we're going to show you guys something, show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
Every Friday, show and tell.
If it's a guitar, it's a reveal. If it's not quite a guitar, it's show and tell.
Yeah.
Code.
Yes.
For people watching.
That's right.
Ooh, it's a reveal. It's going to be a complete.
Oh, that's
guitar.
right. We could put it on the thing. Yeah. Reveal or show and tell. All right. I like that.
Yep.
And then after the reveal part, because it's not going to last like for what are you doing?
So show and tell makes me laugh because in school,
It sounds like
kindergarten. It is. Yeah, it's first grade. Hey, kitty, get up. This weekend at Weeblos, I got my wolf badge.
You still got it?
It wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what you do.
Yeah. Wolf badge at Weeblos. All right. That's cool, man.
Anyway, so every Friday we're going to do a reveal of some kind. We're going to show off something.
Even if it's just Matt and Chris getting their wolf badges.
That's right, which it's not going to be. And then after that, for the rest of that hour, we're going to do just kind of like party time, goof around stuff like we do on Sundays.
Yep.
The reason that we're going to do stuff like we do on Sundays is because we're not going to do live streams on Sundays any longer. Now, Chris, why is that?
Well, I think you have to look at the history of the Sunday live stream. And the original reason that we did them on Sunday was because back in the olden times, when you had a job and I had a job or another job, and we had other careers.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sundays were the days that we worked in the shop.
Yeah.
And it just sort of worked out well to do something at the end of Sunday. So that's what we did. And then when we moved over here, we kept that going. And I'm a firm believer that you need to have a little bit of time off.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I know I just don't do well without some time off.
So for the last couple of years, you've been coming in on Sunday just to do the live stream.
Yeah. Well, for a while, we were just sort of working through it, and I was trying to take other days off and this and that, but it just doesn't always work. And there's something about a weekend day off that there's just stuff you can't do during the week.
That's why you don't sell real estate.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
So you would drive a half hour, sit around here for a little bit and drink beer, and then drive home another half hour to do that. So and Kristen bellyache and bitch about it, but it's kind of getting to the point now where it's like, you know what, we need to kind of shift some gears. But don't worry, we're not going to leave you guys in the lurch for Sunday.
Yeah.
We do have something planned for Sunday, but so are we done talking about why we're going to stop doing?
Well, yeah, and I think it's at some point, your thing was, I'm just going to be here every day. There's your knife.
I opened a beer with it earlier.
Yeah. And so, but I think over time you've maybe discovered as well that having a little bit of time off isn't that bad of a thing.
That's right. I kind of had a real bit of a revelation. Actually, I had a lot of a revelation this year. And you guys I've talked to some of you guys about it. Some of you guys know, some of the details. And so some stuff is different in my life now. And I don't want to go into that, but so having some time off and forcing myself to get away from the shop at least a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and not feeling guilty about it. That was the other problem with the Sunday thing is I always knew that you were here. And so I would come in, and even if I didn't do anything, at least my presence was in the shop.
Yeah.
But, I didn't really accomplish anything. But then I also felt like
it's one thing if you're coming
Sunday.
Yeah.
So then the rest of the week, I was like, I'd rather work really hard 5 days a week than sort of hard 6 days a week.
Really hard.
Yeah.
You said really hard.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to discontinue the Sunday live stream at 5 and replace it with Sunday at 5, a premiere pre-recorded video. So I'm going to try and do as many pre-recorded videos as I can, but we're going to try and shift it to where that every video that we do that's pre-recorded, or every Sunday we have a pre-recorded video that is going to premiere, and Chris and I'll be in the comment section. And the best part about that, we can do that from anywhere in the world. We don't have to be here sitting in the shop to do that.
Yeah.
Can be, but we don't have to be. So
but we're not going to be.
Well, I could be because I only live 10 minutes from here. So yeah. Which is, and it's 2 miles, but it's a tricky thing to do. So, so this Sunday is going to be the first one, and it's going to be this brand new machine that you and I kind of custom made. And if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you've already seen a picture of it. Lots of people have already commented on it, and it's really, really neat. so far I love it.
It's the new panini press.
It's the new panini press
that we've enjoyed.
Panini
every day for lunch. Yeah.
Panini.
We've been doing a lot of upgrades. We got a new panini press. Been playing around with the Keurig, not just making coffee with it anymore.
That's right. I made a chai with it earlier.
Yeah.
So
I made some Tai Chi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Tai Chi and chai tea are really good things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's what's going to happen starting officially now. Today.
Today's episode 1.
So I some people are like, well, what are you going to do? Like, people want to watch on Sunday, and I get that. So we came up with this idea of, well, what if we do a premiere video? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and some of the things that we do, the Thursday and the Sunday, kind of cross over and blur.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a lot the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, hey man, we need some time too.
I think that's okay. Yeah. But yeah, so we're not, but I want to thank everybody who's watched us. So I don't want to just leave you guys in the dirt. You know what I mean? Like, we're
and I think there's a lot of, I know there's a lot of people that watch Thursday and watch Sunday and watch Friday. So I'm hoping that, we're not going to lose a whole bunch of people, because I don't want to do that.
No, that's the last thing we want.
Yeah. And it'll be good.
Okay. Let's go back to the question area here.
Okay.
Driddle just got home from the gym. We're going to see him in February.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all right. So we're ready to move forward here. Oh no, we're not here. They keep coming in. I can see them. So anyway, we've got some new class things happening. And I hate to say class. What do you think? When I say class, I always kind of cringe when I say class, because what I really want to say is workshop.
Yeah.
You think it matters? You
No,
guys think it matters?
I don't think so.
Okay.
When I tell people about it, I just say guitar classes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we've got a bunch of classes that are coming up this year already, of course, and I'm thinking about changing some of the names of some of them, because some of it's confusing given what you can do.
Yeah.
So, for example, we have one called Build a Classic Bolt-On, which is basically building the Fender. And we have one, but it's only woodwork.
Yeah, and we also
all woodwork.
Build a classic Fender.
Yeah. So and build a classic Telly. So I think that's kind of confusing. So
yeah,
we have another class the one coming up in February is Build a Classic Bolt-On. It's all woodwork. It's really cool. It's my favorite class to do.
Build a classic set neck.
Build a classic set neck is what I say.
You said bolt-on.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, Build a Classic Set Neck is far and away my favorite class to do, because it's all wood, and you guys get to basically make just about anything. But some people are like, well, what if I want to bolt the neck in, or what if I want? Okay, cool. So what if you want to make a Strat with a set neck? Why not?
What if you want to make a Strat with a bolt-in neck, but a bunch of binding and a maple top?
Yeah. So I think we're going to change Build a Classic. I think we're going to merge Build a Classic Bolt-On and Build a Classic Set Neck into Build a Classic Guitar.
Build the classic.
Build the guitar you want, or something like that. And you can come out and make whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. Here's one from Greg Pearl, who has attended Build a Classic Set Neck.
Yep.
Greg says, okay, be like me and take a day or two off. Thank you, Greg. So I think that's, and I think we're going to also merge Build a Classic Fender and Build a Classic Telly to just be Build a Classic Fender. And that's our kind of our standard offering. So what's the difference, Chris, between build the whatever guitar you want, woodworking, and Build a Classic Fender?
So Build a Classic Fender, you get a roughed out neck blank. And that guitar at the end of the class, ultimately at the end of the class, at the end of the week, at the end of the workshop, you leave with a playing guitar.
That's right. It's painted,
has a finish and strings, and it's a playing guitar.
And then the neck blank, it's already done neck.
No, so you get to radius the fretboard, press in the frets, come up with your own peg head shape, make that, contour the back of the neck.
You get to profile the neck, to your specs,
to your specs, and then do a oil finish on that.
And then you'll do a logo on the headstock too.
We'll do a logo on the headstock on the CNC if you want. Yeah. The other class, the Build a Classic is all wood centric. All the wood stuff that you didn't get to do in the Build a Classic Fender class, like cut out the profile of the neck, truss rod, thicknessing, all of that stuff you get to do in this class, but at the consequence of no finish component and no bolting everything together.
You also get to do binding and stuff like that.
Binding,
if you want.
And you get to do it's traditionally mahogany with a maple top kind of construction.
The cool thing to me about both classes is I think Build a Classic set neck, which is now going to change to whatever. That's basically how to build a guitar. You're learning to build a guitar. The other one is, I mean, you get to make the body and you get to shape the neck, and it's really neat. But it's kind of like I just want to dip my feet in, and I want to come home with something that's cool. And I may or may not ever build another guitar again. But this is a neat way to do it.
I think it's also a good just kind of primer to our shop. And as many people have discovered, you don't just have to come one time. Once you come, that's not, you can't not come back.
We also want
you to come back.
Essential guitar building workshop, which is a 3-day class. And that one's what, $750, and you can take it again and again for half price. I can't remember what the deal was. It's an awesome.
Yeah. And one of my favorite things is seeing people come back multiple times. And so you take the tele class, and maybe you really like that. I can't imagine that anybody hasn't really liked it. And then you say, you know what, I really like that, and but I'd like to learn all the stuff that I didn't get to do.
How many people have completely failed?
0 people.
0.
Everybody has.
In all of our workshops, everybody has left with what they were supposed to leave with.
And I think exceeded their expectations in a lot of ways. So
now here's a question. We have talked about this a lot in the past about how the price of classes is going to go up in 2022. Actually, the prices went down.
Yes.
For some classes. Because we eliminated, they went down a significant amount of money, actually, by about a fifth. They went down, 15%, whatever that, something like that. What is a fifth? 20%? 20%. Yeah. They went down a buttload.
Yeah.
So, and the reason is,
buttload.
the reason is they went down 15 or 20%. And the reason is because we have stopped providing kind of the ho-hum components for Build a Classic Fender. So the upside is if you want, really, really swanky pickups in your guitar, rather than having us provide you with kind of, like beginner, what would they call it in the home, builder grade, right? Rather than having us supply you with builder grade stuff, you get to pick whatever you want and put it on right the first time. So we always had like Hipshot tuners. We always had a decent bridge. We always had, stuff that worked well, but it wasn't like premium gear. It was good, but not delicious. Okay. So now what we do is you guys provide all the stuff, which is neat because you get to pick whatever you want. So if you want a different brand of tuner, you get to pick it. If you want a special pickup combination, you get to pick that. If you want whatever, you get to pick whatever you want. And so rather than paying for a bunch of stuff that you're not going to use, we've reduced the price of the class and eliminated the standard component list of stuff that we would provide you. And so you get to pick it and you get to source it and you get to have what you want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
I think that's cool.
And so far, everybody has bought way better stuff than
we would have bought. Yeah.
ever sourced.
Yeah.
And the telly class is fairly easy because you're building 5 tellies, so you get all 5. Everything's the same, and you do it. But the Fender class, a Strat and a Telly are 2 completely different guitars as far as hardware, and a Jazzmaster is different, and a bass is different, and it got to be a whole lot, almost a full-time job, just
trying to source
parts, for these things. So, and then you get something, and somebody go, oh,
yeah. So this is good because you guys get to pick the stuff that you want and put it on the first time, and then we don't have to put something on and take it off later.
And that's part of the fun, I think. I
think so.
Prepping for a class is going, oh man, I can't wait to build this guitar, and I can't wait to use these parts that I spec.
I think it's cool.
I had a bunch of fun learning about pickups and what's good and what I might like, and all of that. So
yeah. Doug Cook says, I'm heading up to Kalamazoo. Do you need some more premium Fullerton guitar mats? Yes. Doug. So Doug is coming. Doug, I don't remember if you told me when you were coming up, or when you were coming over, when you were coming to our shop. But Doug will be joining us for a week here in the shop, which is going to be awesome.
Yep. And we are going to work him like a dog.
No, we're going to pick up after we're going to pick his poop up from the yard like a dog. No, we're not going to do that. Cecil writes, what is an effective way to remove the unwanted play in a Strat trem arm? Plumber's tape works, but doesn't last. This is a great question for you, Christian.
The plumber's tape thing works for a little while. I've jammed little pieces of plastic down in there. That seems to last a lot longer because it's not really the threads that you're wanting to. It's not the threads that. Well, it is the threads that have slop in them.
They have.
Yeah.
Is it tacky for me to say replace the whole unit?
Well, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't really played around with that stuff all that much. I like the little bits of plastic. So you thread it in, and then you get like packing plastic.
Okay.
Stuff like this. And you cut little slivers of it, and you jam them on the sides and push them in until it firms it up.
Is it so? This is JB Weld on
the
thread.
No,
that
nothing
good.
like that. A lot of people use.
What about just upgrading it to the Hipshot unit?
Yeah, you could do that.
It's not a whole lot of money.
No, and they make it's not like it's an irreversible thing either.
They make a 6-hole one if
do.
you have.
Yeah, you could do that. And it's got an adjustable trim arm that's really, really neat.
And it might not fit your thing, but I think Hipshot has 2 or 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
If you have like a Mexican Strat, or I'm sorry, if you have a Fender Standard or like a Squire, do they make one that fits that?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of a cruddy thing to say, but if you don't like the trem arm, I would put like a really nice Hipshot on there.
Yeah.
But they're like $100, right? $125. They're not particularly expensive.
Yeah, and you keep the original one, and the so I think Hipshot has one that'll fit a 6-bolt. I know it'll fit the 2-bolt.
Yep.
That one.
I would say if you're gonna like upgrade your guitar, get Hipshot tuners and a Hipshot trim, and that's an awesome upgrade. And both of those things can be done without drilling any new holes.
Modification. Yeah. So if you hate it, you can take it off and sell it.
Yeah, the tuners, you can use those plates and stuff. Yeah. So and of course you can like get Dylan pickups and put them on there, or something like that, which would be another awesome upgrade. But since you asked about trem, I would say new trem from Hipshot, new tuners from Hipshot.
Yeah.
You'd be styling. Doc says, take my money. Seriously, invoice me. Doc, I'm actually still trying to go through and do all that stuff.
What's he want an invoice for?
Well, his workshop that he signed up for.
Okay. Just bring cash.
Or he might want to buy another guitar. Doc, I'm going to invoice you for a new guitar and the workshop that he signed up.
Yeah. Maybe a couple bucks for just being good guys.
Yeah, Doc, I'm on it. I'm getting to all that stuff. Sean wants to know, how was the wood sealed before lacquer finishes in the old days?
How was wood sealed before lacquer finishes?
Yeah, so basically, I think we're talking about fuller plast.
Well, so are we talking pre-lacquer?
No, he says before a lacquer finish. Before lacquer finishes.
Lacquer finish?
Yeah. Or maybe he was talking about before lacquer was a finish.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's lacquer sanding sealer, which I think has a bunch of wax and lacquer in it.
It's got like a soap kind of stuff.
Yeah, soapy. Yeah,
powdery.
There's that. There's been, I mean, the history of guitar finish is really the history of furniture finish, I think, as far as wood goes. Fender used a product called Fuller Plast, which, as far as I understand, is a fairly thick kind of a thing. And
we equate that to
using that
the same Syntex sealer.
Kind of,
Is it polyester?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. It's not catalyzed.
Okay.
But yeah, it's. I can't answer that question very well.
But it is likely that
if you
lacquer sanding sealer has been around as long as lacquer has. It's basically a nitrous, or it's a lacquer thinner solvent stuff with a bunch of solids in it.
Yeah, you need it. It has to have more solids in it than regular lacquer has.
Now it's very soft, so it sands easily. And it should not be used as the final finish. That's what. Yeah.
No, and it shouldn't even be used all that thick. No. I mean, that's why you have to grain fill and do all that other stuff. Even on stuff that you wouldn't think you'd have to grain fill.
Yep.
What was I going to say? It was going to be really impressive, and everybody was going to be like, "Wow, Chris, you're awesome." Oh, I know. So if you start spraying lacquer, like say you have a swamp ash body, and you sanded it to the nth degree, it's sanded to 400 grit, and it feels like a baby's butt, and you start spraying lacquer on that thing,
it'll never feel like a baby's butt. But yeah,
no, it will take forever. Yeah, to fill in and get a car fender finish on that. You got to put something on it.
Yeah.
Alder's the same way, mahogany. Yeah, there's grain filler, sanding sealer. You can't put that stuff on too thick because it'll start to crack.
Yep.
Ask me how I know. And then top coat.
That's the hot setup,
I guess.
Okay. I knew we were going to talk about something. I forget. Oh,
contest.
Yeah, the Great American Guitar Building Contest. Do you know who sent me an email the other day, Chris?
No.
Do you know who sent me an email about the Great American Guitar Building Contest, Chris?
Let me ask you, buddy. Sorry, I have to start this conversation out with sorry. Tell me if I'm too late to enter the Great Guitar American Contest thingy, buddy.
So that's right. We love Brad Engel, and Brad sent me an email the other day, and he's like, "Hey, I have to start this out in true." He said this. No, he didn't do that. He said, so, hey, buddy, I was sorry I've been so busy lately, buddy. And so Brad was wanting to know if he was too late to get in on sending us or talking about the Great American Guitar Building Contest. And so again, we love Brad. He's a really fun guy, and he's always been willing to do WWF kind of smack talk with us. So I always thought that the Wonder Bread guitar thing. I'm like, I remember I got all these things. I'm like, what in the hell is this? And then the whole Coors Light thing and the cutoffs and whatever. Yeah. But so Brad, it's not too late to talk about, enter, come and hang out.
Talk shit about.
Yeah. Number 4, which I can't remember what that is. The Great American Guitar Building Contest. Now, we haven't talked very much about that lately because a couple of things have changed. One of them is this was originally, when we came up with this idea however many. It's been a long time ago.
It really has.
It's been like in the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like that's almost a year from now.
Yeah. It was last summer. We came up with the idea to do this.
Yep. Keep talking.
And the original idea was that we would do this in conjunction with this guitar show that Anthony Icavangelo from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, was going to be putting on in conjunction with Hendrickson Amps. Excuse me. I'm still getting over this cootie crud, you guys. And then so they got the room, they got it all set up, and then the NAMM show decided to switch gears and I think what it was
the big NAMM show in
the same weekend,
Anaheim.
I think they were getting a little scared of what Ike's show was going to be like.
Yeah,
they thought it was going to be too big, and they're like, "Wow, we got to nip this in the
show."
Yep.
And they were like, "Hey, wait, we can reschedule all our shit."
So Ike's show is been rescheduled, but we didn't reschedule the contest. And then Ike's moving into his new building, but that's kind of slow for a number of reasons. And so we're like, well, that's not going to. We thought, well, maybe we'll do it at the new Flipside Music, the great American guitar store.
And I think we were sort of waiting for a lot of this stuff to sort of hash out and resolve itself.
So you and I decided very recently, to hell with it. We're just doing it. No matter what, we're doing it. And if we have to rent a new spot, we're doing it there.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel, possibly new space.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Great American Guitar Building Contest is on and going. And let's see, Gary Tapp just sent a thing here. Just got the final chunks of wood for my entry. And then he put a question mark after it. Just got the final chunks of wood for my entry. No, he did that so I would see it.
Yeah.
There's a handful of people that signed up, and there's plenty of time to sign up. And if you want to come out for a workshop and enter your guitar that you built in the workshop in the Great American Guitar Building Contest, you can.
Yeah. If nothing else, it might just be a good reason to hang out with not just us, but a bunch of other like-minded people. That's one of the neat things about all this stuff we do is that you get to hang out with a bunch of like-minded people and make new friends and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah. So it's still definitely a thing.
Yes, it is.
We just haven't talked about it. And then it just sort of like disappeared for a minute.
Now, some of our celebrity judges are going to be at the NAMM show.
Yeah.
Which means, I don't know what that means. It might mean that we shift the days a little bit, or it might mean that we have all new celebrity judges.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
We're still going to have celebrity judges.
Yeah. What do you?
We know so many celebrities.
It's not even funny.
Yeah.
How many celebrities we know the weather lady.
We're gonna get that guy
who sells cars on TV.
Whose buddy
Dealin' Doug.
knows a guy.
That guy from the furniture store.
Personal number.
That's right. Yeah. So the Great American Guitar Building Contest is still happening. And I'm still very excited about it. So look for more information about that coming soon.
We'll start talking more and more about it, and we'll get everything a little bit more dialed in than
you better believe it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The main thing is, and I think the neatest way to enter the contest would be if you could come and be a part of it. If you can't, that's cool too, but it's going to be a cool thing. We might combine it with, with a Texas Toast Day or something like that.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
But yeah, it's still happening. It's still going to be a deal.
I want to take Daryl Hazelwood's question. I want to get to Brad's super chat, but I also want to talk about a new class that we've added with Mike Learn. So what do you want to do first, Chris?
Let's talk about the new class.
All right. So we have at least one, possibly two new classes coming up with Mike Learn in 2022. One of them is going to be either the week before or the week after the Great American Guitar Building Contest. And it is going to be build a shredder guitar. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does that mean? We don't want to say super Strat, but basically what we're talking about is that. So, what we came up with was it's going to be build and paint with Mike Learn, just like all the other classes that we have. I think we're going to use Swamp Ash body, maple neck, premium hardware, and you get to pick a number of different finishes that Mike's going to come up with. that are like super Strat kind of thing, like, you know, horror movie poster things,
classic,
or like Bullseye, or you know, whatever it is.
Something that, if it was 1986,
what you'd have wanted to have if
you'd have wanted to be, and you were making a video, this is the guitar.
This is the one you would want to have. Ouija board or whatever. Frankenstein.
Yes.
Wolfman.
More wolf stuff.
More wolf. Weeblos. Whatever.
Weeblo corn thing on a.
And I think we're gonna use EMG pickup so you can paint right over the pickups.
Make that part of the
design. It's
that's
cool.
a really neat way to do it.
So I think we're gonna do one of those, and then we're gonna do another Warbird one with a super Strat kind of theme
at the end of the year, right?
Yeah. So stick around, stay tuned for that, because that's coming up very, very soon.
We got to get on the ball on all this stuff. Otherwise,
all this stuff takes time.
I know. It's just time is flying. I can't believe it's almost the end of January already.
I know, right?
So,
Brad Guitar Miller said super chat. He says, Matt, thanks for taking time to go over everything for the October class. Really appreciate it. Well, thank you, Brad. FYI, I learned I'm not a fan of sanding my parts trays. Brad, I saw your parts tray. So he's got guitar-shaped parts trays, sort of like the magnetic parts trays that you throw everything in, but it's like, you know, little things, but they're shaped like a guitar. Yeah.
So he has to sand them because he's making them.
It's not for the timid. I feel you, my friend. Daryl Hazelwood writes, if you're making a carved top guitar, that's a big one. Is it best to route the neck pocket after the slab glued up, or should the neck pocket be routed after the carving? Does it matter? Okay, Daryl, as you are discovering, carving a top changes everything. You think it won't, but it absolutely does. I tend to, depending on what neck pocket you're doing, I tend to route the pocket before the carve. But I always route the pocket at the same angle as the neck. So like if you're doing a Les Paul style guitar, there are 3 facets for the neck. There's the neck pocket, there's the neck angle, the pickup plane, and the bridge plane. And it goes from like 4 degrees to 2 to 2.2 degree, give or take, to flat. And the best way you've got to route the neck pocket exactly the same as you also have to grind a big chunk of the neck off, of the body off to match, because the neck fits over the pocket. So so doing a carved top, guys, is way more work than doing a flat top, especially if you're doing it if you're doing a mortise and tenon like Gibson uses for their neck pocket. It's not fun. It's so not fun. Chris and I are going to add a class this year, and we're going to call it something like Build a Counterfeit Les Paul. We probably can't call it that, but that's what we're going to make. We're going to make replicas of the 1959 Les Paul.
Yep. Build a counterfeit Lester Pulfus.
Yes.
Yep.
Build a slash guitar.
Yes. A counterfeit.
Yeah.
Slash guitar.
Because there's so much of this stuff is it's very tricky, and it's all going to be wood because it's only going to be 5 days. And I still don't know if we can do it.
That's part of the allure of the class, right?
Yep.
Can you even
do it?
Even get as far as we get in any other 5-day class.
But I'm talking about like
Probably
17-degree neck angle.
Yep.
Mortise and tenon neck joint.
Mm-hmm.
We've sourced Honduran mahogany and 3A flame maple and actual rosewood, the same, not just wood like Gibson uses, actual wood Gibson uses, from a supplier that Gibson uses.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be more than the standard Build a Classic set neck.
Hey, Matt, can you guarantee my success?
No, I can't. No, I can't.
You might end up with a wall hanger.
Can I guarantee that I will
prove us
do
wrong?
Everything? Yeah. There's a lot of work, you guys.
It's a bold undertaking.
Yeah. This
Not
course
only
is
for us, but for the person
yeah.
that takes the
I
class.
really think that this course should not be. If you've never built a telly with us before, you should not do this.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is people are going to go, well, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. And I don't want to build a telly first because I don't like them or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, well, it's a bad idea, but okay.
Come on in.
And yeah, but take my word for it right now. Hear me now and believe me later. Don't do this class if you haven't built a telly with us before.
And don't. Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
If you're not into the minutia, this might not be the class for you. This is going to be, because it's going to go from wood to Les Paul shape to Les Paul shape.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be, it's going to be a lot of
the curve is going to go steps. And then level out.
Yeah. And then, But it should be fun. It should be cool.
Do you think this is even possible? Oh, here's the other thing. I want to do like vintage style truss rod too.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
I want to do like celluloid binding. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
See if we can burn down the shop.
It's people have asked for it, so we thought, well, let's offer it.
Yep.
I got something in my throat.
We're gonna get a pot of hide glue going.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah. all the lore.
Paul McNary has a question, and he put it in super chat form.
Okay.
Have you thought about just CNC for carved top? No, Paul, because for one thing, for this, I don't know if you're talking about the class or not, but
I think probably just in general.
Yeah, it still changes everything.
Carved top?
CNC, carved top changes everything. Even if you have a CNC machine, all the angles and everything are different. So yeah. And if you come to build a counterfeit Les Paul or whatever we're going to call it, there's going to be nothing done on the CNC machine. It's all going to be done in the old school way. So yeah.
We were talking about the CNC machine the other day, and how, even after stuff comes off the CNC machine, no matter how good your CNC machine is, no matter how many steps, there's still a whole lot of work to do to that guitar. And in a lot of ways, it's all the not as much fun stuff as getting to that point. So why would you want to take that away from yourself?
You would.
All I want to do is micro sand and do all the tiny steps that are
Joe
so
asks a one-word question. Nitro.
Yeah.
It's Thursday Nitro.
Yeah.
So the
Les Paul class is not going to have any finished component to it at all.
It's woodwork only. And frankly, guys, you're not going to be able to do it. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it. I've done it. I've built how many Les Pauls have I built a bunch of Les Pauls.
We might get close.
I kind of daring you to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, somebody's posted something snarky. You know what? I'm not even going to read it.
Yeah.
It's that snarky.
Is it really?
Yeah. Phil's Guitars and Stuff writes neck through body ? I'm not sure what that question lacks perspective, Phil. If you want to know, can you build a neck through body in one of our workshops? The answer is no. We do not offer a neck through body workshop. If you are asking if we like them, sure. Yeah.
The funny thing, and people have asked questions like that before, and the idea is, hey man, I got 5 days.
Yeah.
I got 5 days to do it. How hard could it be? Come to a class and find out. By day 4, everybody's, kind of starting to go, this is really fun, but this is a lot of work. As somebody said the other day, well, how long is the class? It's 5 days.
5 days.
Well, how many hours a day? Usually 9 to 5, 9 to 6. Some days run a little longer. That's
a long day.
That's a long day.
Yeah,
you're right. It is.
It is
It's a full-time job for a week. And in a lot of ways, it's probably more of a full-time job than you've had in quite a while.
If you're not used to, if you're sedentary most of the time, this is a lot of a lot of labor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and everyone thinks we just sit around drinking beer all day. The fact of the matter is that we really don't start doing that until all the work's done.
Yeah, until the day is done.
Yeah.
So but yeah, we're just talking about how tough we are now.
Well, it's not
really
but
true. But classes they're really fun, but they're pretty intensive. And it's one thing to work really hard one day. It's another thing to work really hard 5 days.
Yeah. So guys, if you're interested in the Build a Counterfeit Les Paul class, it's going to be more money. It's going to be a significantly more money class to do. It's going to be significantly more effort. Driddle says, "Hey, I feel attacked by that comment, Matt." Okay.
Which part?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So a couple more things, guys. We've got a couple more things to talk about, and then I want you to go watch Dylan over at Dylan Talks Tone. One thing we have to thank our sponsors, which we're about to get to. The other thing is the brand new YouTube video policy. That is, any video that we make is going to be brought to you by either my silly mind or Patreon requested videos. So, for example, if you're a Patreon member and you say, "Hey, I want a video about, how to make nachos," whatever. That's going to be all the videos that we do are going to be Patreon viewer. The ideas are going to come from inspired by Patreon viewers or Patreon members. In fact, here's a list right now of Patreon member video ideas on this clip. Or look, it even says, it says Patreon video
ideas 2022.
Look at that. So if you're a Patreon member, send me an email either through Patreon or through Gmail, and we will do everything we can to get your video going. So that is all the videos that we're going to do now. The Sunday premieres. Remember, we're not going to do a live stream on Sundays any longer. We're going to do Sunday premiere videos at 5. And they're all going to come from Patreon members. So, and without our Patreon members, there's no YouTube channel. And without our sponsors, there's no YouTube channel. Sponsors such as Ike from Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store. Guys, if you're in the Denver area, please check out the Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store. Tell them Matt and Chris from Texas Toast sent you, and they will give you a big kiss on your butt hole. No, they won't do that. Well, they won't do that. They won't do that.
No.
They might do that.
They won't even come close.
If they were going to do that, they would have done that anyway. That has nothing to do with it.
They might give you a fist bump and say, "Hey, man, it's nice to meet you."
Yeah.
That's as close as they will get.
They may, well, unless you're really, really sexy.
Yeah.
You know who else is a great sponsor? All of our sponsors are, but Dylan and his lovely wife, Leslie, from Dylan Talks Tone, Dylan Pickups. Link in the description below, guys, if you want to buy. What's the matter? Are you still on that butthole thing?
No. Okay. No.
Dylan won't give you a kiss. Well, he might, but yeah, anyway. But what he will do is he'll wind you some awesome pickups, and if you use the link in the description below, we'll get a little taste. Yeah.
Yes.
I'd also like to thank Steve at Maximum Guitar Works, guys. If you did not watch the video we did on the resawing thing and Steve's cool jig, more videos coming from of all the Steve's like crazy inventions and jigs that he's got. If you sign up for one of our workshops, you get a discount code that is good from like the day you sign up until a week after your class is over. You can buy a bunch of parts and templates and stuff from Steve. And if you sign up for the Great American Guitar Building Contest, you get another discount too. So Steve has really stepped up to the plate and is helping us out with a lot of that stuff. Not to mention, he's kind of got a game-changing set of templates that we've been using for many, many months now, and I'm absolutely in love with. Speaking of stuff that I'm in love with, the truss rods that we get from Bitterroot Guitars, John and Cheryl make awesome, awesome stuff. And we've been using those truss rods for how many years now? We buy them by like 100 at a time now. And I don't think we've ever had one we've tried to break one or two, and we've never been able to. So, I would also like to thank Tonewood experts, Dan and Calvin. Were you going to say Tonewood
I was
experts?
going to say Dan and Calvin at Tonewood Experts. Tonewood Experts for your #1 home of tone.
That's right. There's some other people who have been asking about this new video that I think Dylan's going to talk about it tonight. That like, check out this good video I made where there's no body at all. It's just string stretched, and I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Right.
That's intriguing. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Did we miss any sponsors?
I don't think so.
We probably did. We don't have them written down. I mean, I have them somewhere.
No, I think you.
So we talked Flipside, Steve at Maximum Guitars, Dylan, Tonewood Experts, and Bitter. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. That's it. Okay. That's a good list. That's a solid list. Oh, yeah, we did forget one. Chris and Dina at Odyssey Beer Works.
Oh,
how can we forget that? Because we're a couple of schlubs. Because they're the newest sponsor.
They are the newest sponsor. Yep.
And have you guys ordered your Texas Toast Red yet? Have you had one lately? You gonna go over there tonight?
No,
I'm not. I'm gonna go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go home and go to bed.
I'm sorry. I'm
6:10.
I'm feeling a little bit puny.
Yeah, you're a little under the weather.
What's the matter? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna fall asleep immediately, but I'm gonna I'm gonna get all snug.
Chill. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on my blankies and I'm gonna get all I'm gonna get feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Get all snug.
You gonna Netflix and chill
with myself.
Yeah.
I may.
My sister said that, and I was like,
I don't think that means what you think that means.
I don't think that means what you think it means. Yeah.
Okay. You know who I haven't talked to for a long time?
No.
Jimmy.
Oh.
I haven't talked to that guy in forever. I wonder what he's up to.
Is he here?
No. Well, not that I know of, but yeah. I mean, he might.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to schedule a visit to the JJJ test kitchen.
Mm-hmm. We do. Yeah.
John E wants to know, and then we're going to call it a night. He wants to know, how many tops does Steve need to sell to pay for that massive saw? Not me, man.
We talked about that the other day, and we think all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
It's not about that. It's that saw was full-time badass.
Yeah,
man.
it's cool,
and it took up way more space than I thought it was going to be.
That's
it was
a fixture.
Even more badass than I thought it would be. He was trying to tell us about it, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. I can kind of understand how this thing's gonna work, but it was I don't even think he's taxing that machine doing what he's doing with it. I think you could saw I-beams in half with it.
It's a monster. Yeah,
it's ridiculous, and everything came out like perfect and nice and smooth, and it was insane.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching our Thursday live Q&A. We'll be back tomorrow with a reveal of some kind and more
reveal
madcap crazy comedy. Yeah.
Or a show and tell.
Okay. And
I'll tell some more Weeblo stories.
And lots more Weeblo stories from Chris.
Yeah.
You could have been. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you mañana time. Take care, everybody.